Welcome to the D&D world.
Hey everybody, this is Dave on CRPG Dungeons & Dragons Night on YouTube and CRPG D&D Night on Twitch. So if you're watching this live, you're on Twitch, and if you're watching this as a recording, obviously you're on YouTube. So what's going on tonight is I'm continuing where I left off with the manual reading of Pool of Radiance, which I started last night. I do believe this is where I left off. I'm not quite sure where exactly, but this is the page where I left off last night. So I'm just going to continue from here, and we'll go, depending on how long it takes, this could be a couple hours to an hour. Depending on what time I have left, I'll create new characters for the next playthrough of Pool of Radiance. And yeah, I'll be abandoning my original party that I had those nights. So, sorry about that if you were expecting anything new to come on the game, but right now, because I did some screw-ups that people were more than nice enough to point out to me, we're going to continue on this, and then, like I said, if we have the time, which I'm probably going to go for 2 to 3 hours on this. And if we got the time, we'll go ahead and do a character creation for Pool of Radiance. And we'll keep that all as one thing. And then afterwards, still if I have time, I'll probably stop this stream and start a new one and play Order of the Griffin. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Adventure Menu. The Adventure Menu allows access to all of the main functions in the Pool of Radiance. Oh, I thought I was going to continue, but I guess not. Okay, let me try that again. The Adventure Menu allows to I'm having a hard time reading the very first sentence. Wow. Okay, the Adventure Menu allows access to all of the main functions in the Pool of Radiance. This menu shows either the current 3D picture of the area in front of the party and the status of the party if in a town adventure, or the area around the party if in the wilderness. If any party members are injured, their hit point numbers show how many they have now, are highlighted for easy recognition. There are several commands available to you from this menu. Adventure Menu. Move, view, cast, area, encamp, search, and look. This is the command to move the party. How the party moves is shown in the quick reference card provided with the game for your computer. And now I got the hiccups. In 3D travel, the party can move forward, move backwards, turn right, or turn left. Normally, each movement forward or back puts the party into anchor square and takes 1 minute of game time. Turning keeps the party in the same square and takes no game time. If the party has search on, moving 1 square takes 10 minutes. In the wilderness, the party can move in any of 8 directions. Moving 1 square takes half a day of a game time. Searching mode has no effect in the wilderness. Don't think I've gotten to the wilderness part yet, but I'm sure we'll eventually get to it. View. This displays the character screen as described in viewing a character. Cast. This command sends you to the cast menu so your active character can throw a magic spell. See the section on magic for a description of how to cast spells and their effects. Area. This shows an overhead view of the area around the party. If the party is lost or in unfamiliar territory, this command may not be available. Encamp. This command sends you to the encamp menu. This is a very important part of the game and is described in detail in its own section. Search. A party can move in search mode, which takes 10 minutes of game time per move. This allows the party to carefully search the area they are passing, but also gives wandering monsters a greater chance to find them. You only need to hit the search command once to start the party moving at search speed. Then hit the command again later to reset them to normal movement. You do not need to hit search for every move. In search, you are assumed to be checking for secret doors, mapping, moving as silently as possible, hiding in any available shadow, and generally being as careful as possible. If you never go to search mode, you will run into fewer wandering monsters because you are moving faster. I got cat hair on my nose. Driving me crazy. If you never go to search mode, you will moving, but have much less chance of finding concealed treasures or traps before they are sprung. Look. This command is used to look at a square more closely, as if your party moved into the square again. If the party is moving at normal rate, then look command treats that particular square as if the party moved into it in search mode. Okay. Encamp. Okay, so now we're in the encamp section. This command is used in several menus to take time off and try to rebuild characters and the party. It is used to handle day-to-day functions such as saving the game, resting to heal, or memorize spells. Described under Magic Menu and changing games items such as game speed or party order. Encamp menus. Encamp, save, view magic, rest, alter, and exit. Those are the commands we're going to go through here. Save. This command saves the characters and games as they are. Check the quick reference card for any system-specific details of how to save your game. View. This displays the view menu as described under viewing character. Encamp. This does not display the sell item or ID commands. Magic. Magic is a very important part of Pool of Radiance and is described later under its own heading. Magical spells can only be memorized while the party is in camp. Rest. One of the most important aspects of the in-camp menu is the chance to... Why do I keep having cat hair right on my nose? It won't go away. Characters catch their normal sleep without having to go to camp. However, to memorize spells or heal naturally, specific rest time is necessary. For every 24 uninterrupted hours of resting in camp, every wounded character regains 1 hit point above and beyond any recovered gained from healing magic. The initial resting time is established by anyone who is memorizing spells. The screen will show the days, hours, and minutes necessary for the spell using members of the... Let's try that again. The screen will show the days, hours, minutes necessary for the spell using members of the party to memorize or pray for the spells they want to memorize. Memorizing any spells at all takes a minimum of 4 hours. Third level spells take a minimum of 6 hours. See the magic menu for further descriptions of memorizing spells. Rest can be interrupted by any random encounter. Only take long rests in safe places, such as inns, hideouts, or secure buildings. Okay, rest menu. Rest, increase, decrease, exit. Rest. Once you have determined the full time you want the party to rest, this command starts them resting. Increase. This command adds the time that the party will stay in the camp, usually for resting to regain lost hit points. Every 24 uninterrupted hours in camp restores 1 HP to every injured member of the group. Okay, got that one. Nailed it. Moving on. Increase. This command adds the time that the party will stay in the camp, usually for resting. Okay, I just read that one. Decrease. This command decreases the time to be spent in camp. This may mean that the characters did not memorize all the spells they want, or that characters may not recover. Hey Arts and Crafts, how you doing? I'm reading Pool of Radiance manual tonight. I started last night, but I'm continuing it, so we're about I'm guessing about halfway through at this point. This command decreases the times party, ensuring the party cannot spend all the time at once resting. Okay. But sometimes constraints are part of the adventure and the party cannot spend all the time at once resting. Alter. Okay, this is one I don't know anything about because I have seen the command, but I never knew it was for. So this is going to be educational for me here. Alter. This command is used to change the basic makeup of both the party and the characters who are part of it. You're giving the following: alter menu, alter, order, drop, speed, icon, pix, exit. Order. This command allows you to reorganize your characters for combat. You can place characters in the first or second rank. The first 4 characters are in the first rank, where they will meet enemies hand to hand. The rest are in the second rank, where they can use spells and missile weapons. The computer also asks who takes position number 1, etc., and reforms the group with position number 1 on top. When all the choices are made, position of NPCs can be changed with this command. Oh, okay. Cool. So you're all caught up then. I also know that those are very long videos, and I apologize for the length. I usually don't do 3 to 4 hour videos. At the most, I'll do 2 and 2.5. But okay. Drop. This command allows you to permanently drop a character or NPC from the party. Once dropped, the character is gone from the party, and its current version will not be saved if you then use the save command to save the game. Speed. This command controls the speed of messages presented on the screen. If you're having trouble reading messages before they disappear, use the slower command. Okay, I now know to do that. Okay, so I can do that. Disappear. If the messages seem to take forever to get off the screen, use the faster command. Note that once you have used this command, it affects all subsequent messages, and you may have to reuse the command if later messages are too fast or too slow. Yeah, because there is one section where the guy just kind of like, he bleeped something and it went by so fast I barely blinked and realized it was something red to read. Okay, speed menu. Speed, slower, faster, exit. Icon. It doesn't even go into details about just this. That's what our commands on it. Icon. When a character is created, he is given a combat icon. When the party is in combat, each party member's icon designates his position and general facing on the screen. Basically, these are your miniatures, just in video game form. The icon command is used to change the character's icon. You can customize this icon to represent the character's favorite weapon, armor, and colors. You may want to do this when the character picks up a new weapon. Duly noted. Icon menu. Icon, parts, color, size, and exit. Parts. You can alter the weapon, which controls the rest of the body's shape, or the head of the icon. You are shown both the ready icon character and the character's action icon, which shows the character attacking. You are done choosing the weapon and head. You can reject the new form or accept it. The screen shows you the new and old versions of the ready action icons. Parts menu, parts, weapon, head, exit. Color. Okay. We pretty much know all this, but we're reading it anyway just to make sure we're not missing anything. Parts, weapon, head, exit. Color. Use color to alter the color of virtually every part of the icon as shown on the screen. Some of the areas you can alter on the icons do not correspond to the terms given in the menu. For instance, changing the shield color for a character with a bow or crossbow actually changes the color of the arrows or the quarrels. Oh, okay. Play with the icon commands until you get a feel for how these variables work. I kind of got a rough idea. Weapon, body, cap, hair, shield, arm, leg, etc. And that's the color menu. Size. Large size icons are usually used for your unlimited adventures. Got me looking at it, figuring out how to make my own art. Awesome. Okay, so it got your artistic juices flowing on that one, huh? Where was it? Half films. I would love to see some of the art you come up with. But the problem is like I said in it, because it's an old program, I don't know if any of the newer programs would be willing to work on it. Might have to do some looking around on it. And it's the same thing with, making games. I got to figure out how I'm going to send them to me. Hopefully it will work as a zip file and I could just mail it to people. Nice! Deluxe Paint, online version of Deluxe Paint to do the images. Okay. Hey, would you mind sharing the website so if for other people that might want to check it out? Including myself. IBM file types. Okay. Okay, where did I leave off at? Oh yeah, I was in large, so yeah, that's all taken care of. Exit. When you are done, use this command. The computer will ask you to confirm any changes to your icons. Make your choices and the computer returns to the alter menu. All art has to be IBM felt. I think I just read that. So I'm still catching up with my own brain, sorry. Pics. This command governs the character and counter pictures will be displayed. Oh, that's fine. If you know the name of the website, just put that on and we can go from there. And I'll put it on... when I put it on YouTube, I'll be sure to put it in the... Oh, it's LBM. Okay. And when I make this into a video for YouTube, I'll put the name of the channel. If I can find a link to it, I'll put a link on there for everybody that's interested. Okay, pick character on off, monsters on off, exit. Characters on off. This command governs the portrait display with the character statistics when you use the view command. Characters on shows the pictures when you view a character. Characters off hide the pictures. Having the characters hidden slightly speeds up the game, since the computer does not have to take the time to load or draw the portrait each time. Also, with the portraits, you can turn them off. I did not know you could do that. That's interesting. And it's the same, but considering these are a lot stronger computers than back then, it really don't matter. So I kind of like having the pictures there. It gives it character. Monsters on off. I'm assuming it's the same thing with the monster portraits. This command governs the pictures that appear during encounters. Monsters on show shows the animated picture when the monster gets into the closest range. Oh, it blocked it. Okay. I'm just going to have to look up LBM myself. I don't know why they would block it when I asked for it, but okay, whatever. I'll have to look into it myself. Or you can you got my email address, so go ahead and send it to my email. I have it at the end of the email address is at the end of my videos. So yeah, just go ahead and send it to email, and I'll go from there. I didn't know they were going to do that. Yeah, I have an email address. At the end of my videos, I have an email address. So yeah, you can just check that out. It's and I can also tell you what it is. It's crpgdndnight@gmail.com. But please don't, and this is for everybody, please don't send me a bunch of junk and crap on it, please, because this is basically my business email. Encounters. Okay, now for the meat and potatoes of the game. When a party comes across NPCs of any kind, there is an encounter. The computer provides a quick glimpse of who the party has encountered, then asks what you want to do. The computer determines whether both parties see each other, the NPCs surprise the party, or the party surprises the NPCs. If the party surprises the NPCs, the party can attack immediately, getting a free round to attack which the NPCs cannot retaliate. The opportunity must be taken at once or surprise is lost. If the hostile NPCs surprise the party, the NPCs can attack immediately and get a series of attacks in without retaliation by the party. If the NPCs do not surprise the party, the computer offers these commands. Encounter menu. Encounter, combat, wait, flee, advance, parley. Combat. The party attacks the NPCs who go first is decided on the basis of initiative, which is explained in the combat section. Wait. This combat allows the NPCs to decide what to do. They may wait, combat, flee, advance, if more than a square away, or parley if in the same square. Flee. If you see NPCs you think your party cannot fight successfully, use this command to run away. There's a flee command? Okay. I gotta pay more attention to the commands. Okay, if successful, you may flee wildly, risking getting lost. If unsuccessful, because the NPCs can move faster than you do, you go to combat. Advance. If the NPCs are far away, use this command to approach them. Once the NPCs are adjacent to the party, the advanced command will be replaced with the parley command. Parley. Use this command to speak with NPCs that are adjacent to the party. Choose a character to speak to the party. Pick the character who you think will make the best impression on the NPCs, then choose one of the 5 possible attitudes to deal with the NPC. Parley includes haughty, sly, meek, nice, and abusive. Wow. Haughty. You try to demonstrate your superiority to the inferior creatures you are dealing with. Some encounters only respect an air of superiority and are impressed enough to cooperate. This is also a good way to make them resentful and attack. Sly. You try to get information out of the NPCs without them realizing you are doing so. Some NPCs will realize you are trying to get something out of them and will become hostile. Meek. You are mild and unassuming in hopes that the NPCs will think you are not worth attacking. Of course, some NPCs attack meek opponents because they are easy pickings. Nice. You're trying to be friendly in hopes the NPCs are friendly to you. Some NPCs do not choose to be friendly to anyone. Abusive. You try to browbeat information out of the NPCs. It is best not to do this unless you have the power to back up your threats. The computer assumes you are effective as possible in the attitude you call for. Combat. In many adventures, the party will have to fight to defeat the enemy. In combat, the computer determines which characters, both player characters and NPCs, have initiative, i.e., who gets to go first. Well, it says which to go first, but same thing. and depicts that the person and his nearby compatriots. If the character is a PC, then the player will control his character actions. If the character is an NPC or a PC under computer control, using the quick command, and the computer determines his actions. Hitting the target. The ability of an attacker to hit the target with a melee weapon, such as sword, spear, or fist, or a missile weapon, such as a bow or crossbow, depends on the chance the attacker has of hitting the armor class of the target. This is represented by a number called the THACO. The lower the THACO, the better the chance to hit. A target's defense is his armor class or AC. This is influenced by the armor worn, plus the dexterity of the target and any benefit various magic spells may have. Magic has another method of hitting a target. See the magic rules. The lower the armor class number, the better the armor. The number needed for an attacker to hit a target is the attacker's THACO minus the target's armor class. The attacker hits if a random number from 1 to 20 is greater than or equal to this number. Thus, a person with a THACO of 18 needs a 14 or more to hit armor class 4. I still don't understand how THACO works. Even though it just explained it to me, I'm still not getting it. It just doesn't register to me. Armor classes can go into negative numbers, so the same character trying to hit his armor class -1 would need to get a 19 or better. Okay. Well, the computer can figure it out for me. That's the best I can say. There, fine. I just need lower numbers on my AC. In a combat, the first and second attackers strike at the defender's front. The third attacker strikes at the defender's rear, unless all the attackers are adjacent. The fourth and any additional attackers strike at the defender's rear. The defender's AC is substantially reduced against rear attacks. A thief forms the only exception to the automatic facing rule. If the thief attacks from exactly opposite the first attacker, he can backstab. A backstab has a better chance of hitting the defender and does additional damage when it does hit. Using missile weapons. A character may not use a missile weapon if he has an opponent next to him. Okay, noted. If he has no opponent next to him, he can fire a missile at anyone in his line of sight. Next and prev commands will only aim at targets in the attacker's line of sight. Beginning combat. Each character can be controlled manually or by the computer. At the beginning of combat, each character is controlled the same as he was in the previous combat. Any character under manual control may be turned over to the computer using the quick command. All characters may also be simultaneously switched to manual control or computer control. Check your quick reference card for the commands used on your system. Executing combat. When a combat begins, the screen shows the area around the characters with the highest initiative. The entire party may not be on the screen at the same time, and one can rarely see all the monsters at one time. The computer indicates the active character and lists his name, current condition, armor class, and current ready weapon. I need to pay more attention to those because I only recently discovered that was even on the screen, even though it's been in my face the entire damn time. Characters and NPCs move according to each character's dexterity and a random number generated by the computer. This is called an initiative number and changes with every combat round. Usually higher dexterity characters move before lower dexterity characters. You may use the following commands to handle your side of the battle. If a character cannot use a command such as turn for a non-cleric or cast for a fighter or a thief, it does not appear. The combat menu. Move, view, aim, use, cast, turn, quick, and done. Move. This is used to move a character and attack. Now this was not in the previous manual I was reading. This is an older game, so the move command was part of the initial combat system back then. And it's also one I keep forgetting to hit before moving my characters. This is used to move the character and to attack. You attack by moving the character into an enemy's square. You can even attack party members, but the computer gives you a chance to abort such an attack, which I've seen it do. If you disengage an enemy, it gets a free attack at your back, as do others you move by. Some characters may have multiple attacks in one turn. Bows get 2 attacks per turn. High-level fighters get 2 attacks every other turn. All the character's attacks are taken against his first target. If the first target goes down with the first attack, you may aim the remaining attack at another enemy. Nice. Fighters may make a special form of multiple attacks called a sweep. A sweep may attack several weak targets with a single blow each. Okay, I gotta remember that. Refer to your quick start card to find out how to move the character with your particular computer. I think I've already figured out that part. The number of spaces a character can move is reduced by the weight carried. A character weighted down with coins or extra armor and weapons cannot move as fast as he would without the item. Bulky armor can also reduce movement. A character who is faster than any enemy can run away from the fight, eventually running from the battlefield. A character who is as fast as the fastest monster only has a 50% chance of getting away. Otherwise, he must remain until the end of the fight. A character who is slower than any enemy cannot run off the edge of the fighting area. A character who has run away is no longer part of the fight. He returns after the fight is over. View. This is essentially the same command used anytime you wish to see a character. Using this, you can ready appropriate weapons to meet the fight in progress. Some options, such as trade, are not available in the middle of combat. The use command shows up under items to allow you to use any item such as a wand in combat. Aim. This command is used to aim an attack using the following options. Aim, next, previous, manual, next, previous, manuel, target, and exit. I know it's manual, but I've been pronouncing it manuel. I recently watched Wall-E. Get over it. Next, use this command to look at all possible targets, starting with the one closest, then going to the next closest. The computer looks at all possible targets, including other party members. Don't shoot without looking. However, the computer confirms your orders first before shooting at a teammate. Prev, also known as previous. This is the opposite of the next command. Using this command to look at the possible targets, starting with the one farthest away and working back towards your character. Usually this is a good way to find a good target without working your way through all of your PCs first. Manuel. This command lets you aim anywhere on the map. It is especially useful to find opposing leaders and targeting spells with area effects. Target. If your target has a ready ranged weapon or an enemy item prepared with the use command, this command shoots at the target you selected. Use. This command allows the character to use any non-weapon item. The command brings up the same screen and menu as the items command under the view menu. Cast. This is only available to magic users and clerics when they still have spells available. Using this command brings up the cast options of the magic menu. See that description in the magic rules. If hit recently, the character concentrating may be broken and you won't be given the cast option. Oh, so that's why all of a sudden I'm not able to cast spells on some rounds and able to on others. Okay. Didn't know that. Turn. Clerics can sometimes destroy undead monsters or turn them away from the party. This has no effect on any other form of monster. See the appendices for cleric's minimum level to affect various forms of undead. Quick. This command turns over control of the character to the computer. It is a good way to handle fights against hordes of less powerful opponents. Once you have established computer control for your character, the computer controls him in future fights until you interrupt it. The computer uses ready melee or missile weapons and available spells, switching between them to the most appropriate in the situation. The computer plays a very aggressive game. Well, that's good to know. Done. This command is used when characters have finished his turn. Or her. Done menu. Guard, delay, quit, bandage, speed, and exit. Oh, so that's where bandage is. Okay. Guard. The character can adopt this tactic and simply wait to meet any attackers. This means that he attacks the first foe that moves adjacent to him before the foe attacks him. Delay. This command lets you delay this character's action by reducing his initiative number by 1. If he is the only one to be at the next lowest number, it is his action again. He can continue to delay his actions until all others have had their action for that round, and then he must take an action or lose it. Quit. You can signify you are finished with this character by using this command. Bandage. This command only appears as a member of the party is dying. The character for whom the command appears can use this command to bandage the party member and keep him from dying. Okay, so now I know where it is. Speed. This command is described under the alter command of the encamp menu. If the party flees. As for any party member survives, as long as, okay, let me try that again. As long as any party member survives to the very end of combat, the bodies of unconscious or dead party members are assumed to be with the party. If the party flees from combat, and all unconscious and dead party members are permanently lost. Okay. If the party dies, if all the party members are slain, you will have to go back to your last save game and try again from that point. After combat. When combat is over, the screen will show some congratulatory message, then present a menu of commands. If a command does not apply to this after combat situation, it will not appear. Treasure menu. View, take, pool, share, detect, and exit. So, okay. And yes, I remember there has been comments in the comment sections of my videos for Pool of Radiance that I have yet to use the share command. I keep screwing it up and not doing the share command, but here it is. So I know it's there. Now I don't have to do the individual thing of divvying out gold to the characters over and over again. I never said I was smart. Okay, so we got view, take, pull, share, detect, and exit. View, see, inspect a character, all that. At this time, you can use the drop commands in both the items menu and in the character screen menu. Take, this command is used to pick up treasure. Take menu. Take items, money, exit. Items. Use this command to produce a list of items carried by the monsters you have overcome. If more than one had a missile weapon, all of their remaining missiles are lumped into one of the lines. If there are more than 199 are on the one line and the rest are on another line. Frequently, the weapons and armor used by monsters are substandard, not worth picking up as treasures, so they are not listed. If one character tries to pick up too many items, the computer will say he is overloaded and will not allow the acquisition. Money! The computer displays each type of coin available and how many of each coin there are. You indicate how many of the coins the active character takes. One character can take all the coins if he has the strength to do so, or you can allow each character to take a share. If you try to pick up more than the character can carry, the screen displays a message saying the character is overloaded and will not let any more coins be put on the character. Remember, carrying lots of coins slows a character down in combat. Pool. This command makes all the party members drop all their money into one pool of money. It becomes part of the treasure, and the party members can use the take menu to reapportion their funds. Share. This command picks up all the money in the treasure, divides it into shares, and distributes it among the characters. God, why was I having a hard time with distribute? Detect. This command casts a detect magic from the current active character. Exit. This command. Okay, so. Hey, Miley. Welcome back. How you doing? Come to kick back with me? Let me go get the door real quick. Yeah? Well, give me just a minute, okay? Okay, where was I? Detect. Exit. This command lets you leave the scene of the battle. If there are still items to be picked up, the machine will remind you that there is still treasure left. You can go back to the treasure menu or leave the treasure and go to the adventure menu. Okay, magic. Magic is integral to Pool of Radiance. Both magic users and clerics can use magical spells. How magic works. A spell can exist in one of three forms: in memory, a spellbook, or on a scroll. In memory, a magic user or cleric who has a spell in memory is said to have memorized the spell. He can cast the spell as shown in the cast command description. In spellbook, magic users write their spells into a spellbook. They can only write those spells into the book of which they have the ability to cast. The books are a compendium of spells among which they choose Oh, that's just dirty. Actually, I think there is a game I played where they did something like that, but it was for a completely different reason. It was for money. Wasteland, the first Wasteland. You can build characters indefinitely. I think also with wizardry, some people would do that too. You'd build characters indefinitely because they would come with, their basic starter kit, and you keep one character, and you'd build, like an amount of characters. Like with Wasteland, it's 4 characters, so you build 3 more. Names like mule. And what they would do is they would build 4 characters. They'd keep the one. They would build the other 3 characters. It was just like a write-off character. They would dump all the starter items and give it to the one, and then he would, and then they would. What do you say? How would I put it? He would erase. They would erase the 3 characters, and they would just keep doing this over and over and over again, making 3 characters and just dumping all the items onto the one character. Then that one character would go to the go into town, or go to the store, I should say, sell off everything and just build up a big old amount of cash. I think it was easier with wizardry. I don't know if it was as good, easily done with Wasteland. Because I tried doing that and I kept getting into fights and everyone would die before I made it to the store. But there are a lot of the older games. People would use basically a cheat sheet kind of thing where they would just make dump characters just for the use of what you say there. Life hacks. Yeah. Bobby the Adventurer. Oh, yay, I get to go on an adventure. Wait, what are you taking all my stuff for? Wait, what are you doing? I always feel bad for characters like that for some reason. You build the character and, in game the character's all excited going, I'm going to go on an adventure. And then all of a sudden he fades out of existence. How magic works. A spell exists in one of three forms on a scroll. Oh, okay. Spell book. And then, the books are... That's true. Let's see here. The books are a compendium of spells among which they choose the ones they want to memorize. Clerics do not keep a spell book. They simply pray each day to get their spells. On a scroll, a spell written on an enchanted scroll can be read by a cleric or magic user depending on the kind of spells on the scroll. A magic user must cast the spell, cast the spell, read magic. I could barely notice that they wrote it a little differently there. To understand the spells a scroll contains. Once he has done that, he can read the spell aloud at any time to cast it. The cleric does not need to read a magic spell to read a clerical spell on a scroll, but only a cleric can read the spell. Once any kind of spell has been cast or scribed from a scroll, the spell disappears. A magic user may scribe the scroll spell into his spell book for future memorization. This erases the spell from the scroll. Spellcasters can get a list of their memorized spells from the cast option of the magic menu or from the spells option of the view menu. They can get a list of the spells on scrolls from the scribe option of the magic menu. If all you want is a list of available spells, be sure to exit before you actually cast or scribe the spell. Magic menu. Cast, memorize, scribe, display, rest, and exit. Cast. Uses commands to cast spells in combat. The spellcaster is the current character. In camp, the spellcaster is the current active character. Cast menu. Cast, next, previous, and exit. The cast menu appears in both the magic menu and the combat menu. It shows all the spells available to the active character. Find the page with the spell you want to cast. Select the cast command. Then select the spell to cast it. If necessary, indicate the target of the spell. If you do not find the spell you want, you can exit in combat. The character can take another option. Otherwise, their character returns to the magic menu. Once cast, the spell is gone until it is memorized again. Memorize. For a character to learn a spell, use this command, which only appears in the in-camp menu. The computer displays a page from the active character's from the active character's spell book, or a list of possible clerical spells. And you are offered the following commands. Remember that if I'm getting all mixed up here. Remember that if a magic user or cleric has the ability to learn more than one spell of a level, he can learn the same spell more than once. Knew that. Memorize menu. Memorize, next, previews, and exit. Find the page with the spell you want to memorize. Select the memorize command, then select the spell to memorize. Memorize it. The pages here are pages of the magic spellbook rather than just the list of already memorized spells. Picking a spell to memorize does not mean that the spell is memorized. Learning a spell takes 15 minutes. Game time. Per level of spell, plus a period of relaxation before starting to memorize one or more spells. See the rest of the command in the magic menu. Only one spell may be learned at a time, though the spellcaster need only relax once before learning several spells. The learning time must be uninterrupted. You have to go to the rest command and spend the time to memorize the spell. If you have only been in camp long enough to memorize some spells, those are learned and the others lost. The spells are memorized in the orders you pick them. Example. A magic user decides to memorize 2 uses of Magic Missile, a first level spell, and 1 use of Invisibility, a second level spell. This is a total of 1 hour time for memorization, plus 4 hours relaxation time. If the party is attacked before the first 4 hours are up, no spells are learned. If the party is attacked after 4 hours and 15 minutes in camp, the magic user has learned 1 Magic Missile spell. After 4 hours and 30 minutes, he has learned both Magic Missile spells, and after 5 hours, he has learned the Invincibility spell as well. Once you have picked all the spells for one character, you exit the menu. The computer displays the spells you have chosen and asks you to confirm the choice. If you confirm the choice, you go back to the magic menu and can select spells for the next character who needs to memorize them. If you cancel the choice, all the choices are ignored, and you must reselect the character spells. Scribe. Use this command to inscribe spells the character finds on a scroll into his spellbook. The computer, scribe menu, scribe next, previous, and exit. The computer displays all the spells and the scrolls that the magic user has cast read magic on. Find the page with the spell you wish to scribe. Select the scribe command. Then select the spell to scribe. Let me try that again. Then select the spell to scribe it from the scroll into your spell book. If the spell is of too high a level for the character to scribe, the computer tells you so. Scribing the spells erases it from the scroll. Scribing takes the same time as memorizing a spell and is unsuccessful if the total time is not taken. Display. Use this command to find out what magic spells are currently working on the party in camp. This serves as a reminder of obvious spells working on the entire party, such as Bless or Light, and on individual members of the party, such as Protection from Evil or Invisibility. This also reveals subtle curses, though not the nature of the curse, on the party or individuals in the party. Rest. To memorize spells, one must rest. This takes you to the rest menu described in the encamp menu description. Spells are not memorized until the character has rested the necessary time. The exit command in this use of the rest menu returns you to the magic menu, not the encamp menu. Spells available. A beginning magic user is given 4 first level spells when he leaves his master to adventure on his own. These are shown in the spell books for the magic user. Each time the magic user gains a level of experience, he gains 1 spell, even though the rise in level may give him the ability to learn more than 1 new spell at a time. To gain further spells, he must find scrolls and treasures and copy spells he is capable of casting into his spell book, using the scribe command in the magic menu. Clerical magic. Clerical magic is very similar to magic user magic, but a cleric needs no spell books. All spells possible to his level are always available to a cleric. He needs only memorize them. Just what the spells are available depends solely on the level of the cleric. Therefore, when a cleric finds scrolls with clerical spells on them, he can simply use them straight off the scroll, since they are not something he needs to scribe into a spellbook. Saving throws. Magic is a chancy business. Many spells do not necessarily affect the targets. This is simulated with saving throws. In Pool of Radiance, the saving throw is the chance that the spell has no effect or a lesser effect on the character it is cast on. As a character gains levels, his saving throws improve, and the chance that the magic affects him is decreased. The final results of any spell are shown on the computer screen. Magic users have a better saving throws against cast magic or magic from items. Clerics have better saving throws against death and poison, and dwarves, and halflings have better saving throws versus any form of magic. The spells. The spells are quick and can be cast in combat, and some take an extra long time to cast. Those that take extra time can only be cast when using the magic menu from the encamp menu. Time and magic. Time and magic. The duration of magic spells is important. A spell's duration is either instantaneous, as with most damage spells, measures in rounds, as with most other combat spells, measures in turns, as with many detection and protection spells, or permanent. When planning use of spells to use in movement, such as find traps, remember that one round requires 1 minute of game time, and one turn requires 10 minutes of game time. The spell list. Okay, and how far does that go? Okay. Well, considering it's early on campaign stuff, we'll go through the spells in just a few minutes. I'm going to take a quick little break. Get me some liquid refreshment fill here. And I got to turn sprinklers off because I left them on, and I might come back with a chocolate muffin. I've been looking forward to that all night.
Dungeons and Dragons will return after these messages.
Time to go back home, kids.
Let's go!
You'll never escape!
Go! Presto, do something!
Wait, where's Uni?
And now, back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, let's see here. So now we're looking at the spell list, which, yeah, and then we got chart right there. Alright, so since this was like the beginning of a story arc, with Pool of Radiance being chapter 1, we only get like the first few levels of spells. And the first few levels available, which I think is at max 8 at this point. So we're going to go ahead and read the spells, and then we're going to work on building brand new characters for Pool of Radiance. So let's see here. First level clerical spells. We got Bless. This spell can only be used in camp or combat, and it only affects those characters not in melee. It gives a bonus of 1 to their THAC0 for 6 rounds, and raises the morale of friendly NPCs by 1. Use it only in camp. Use it in camp only if you know you're going into combat immediately afterwards. Curse. This Reversal of Bless affects enemies not in melee and modifies their Thaco and their morale by 1. Usable only in combat and lasts 6 rounds. Cure Light Wounds, we pretty much know what this one does, but this can be used any time. The caster must be next to the target it heals, 1 to 8 points of damage. And somehow I always seem to roll the lowest numbers on healing there. Cause Light Wounds. This combat-only spell causes 1 through 8 points of damage to one adjacent target touched by the caster. Detect Magic. This is similar to Detect Evil, but only lasts 1 turn. It detects the presence of magic in a 1 square by 3 square area, but gives no details on the type of magic. Protection from Evil. This spell can be used in combat or in camp when you expect to go into combat shortly. It's to the AC of the character against evil attackers. Any saving throws caused by the attacks of such monsters are at +2. Chocolate muffin. Any saving throws caused by attacks of such monsters are at +2. The spell lasts 3 rounds per level. The caster must touch the target, which can be himself. Protection from Good. Protection from Good. This is essentially the same as Protection from Evil, but it protects against the attacks of good creatures. So basically, this is what the bad guys can cast. Resist Cold. This spell protects the recipient against cold, providing absolute protection against cold up to 0 Fahrenheit, an additional saving throw against cold-based attacks. The duration is 1 turn per level of the caster, and the caster must touch the target. Second level clerical spells. Find Traps. This must be cast in camp and makes any traps in the direction the character is facing visible to the character. The spell lasts for 3 turns. Hold Person. This combat-only spell holds a mobile from 1 to 3 cleric's choice creatures of roughly human shape and size. The duration is 4 rounds plus 1 round per level. Resist Fire. This is identical to Resist Cold, but it works against heat and heat attacks. Silence 15-foot radius. This is a combat spell. It silences any spell cast or discussion in the radius. So no casting or discussion of magic. Okay. If cast on a person, the radius follows him around for the duration of the spell unless she makes a saving throw. Cast in an area, the spell affects everything in that area for the duration of 2 rounds per level of the casters. Slow Poison. This spell can be used on camp or in combat. It revives a poisoned person for 1 hour per level of the caster. The target of the spell then dies unless a neutralized poison, a high-level spell only used by NPCs, is cast on them. Snake Charm. This spell can be cast in combat only. It influences as many hit points of snakes as the cleric has hit points. The snakes cease all activity for 5 to 8 hours. Well, I haven't run into anything involving snakes yet, but something to think about. Spiritual Hammer. This is a combat spell which creates a temporary magic item automatically readied. It can strike at range and does normal hammer damage. It strikes monsters that only magical weapons can affect. This lasts for 1 round per level of caster. 3rd level clerical spells. I just bit my lip. That hurt. Animate Dead. This spell can be used to in combat or camp. Turns a dead person into a zombie to help the spellcaster. In combat, the zombie fights for the spellcaster, though controlled by the computer. The spell is permanent until the zombie is destroyed. If created to work with the party, a zombie becomes an NPC and there must be room for him in the party. Remember, the limit is 8 characters, or he cannot be taken along. Oh, okay. So basically, if I have Animate Dead, I can create an extra character to travel along with us. That's nice. Cure Blindness. This touch-only spell is used in combat or camp to cure the blinding effects of the Cause Blindness spell. Cause Blindness. This touch-only spell can only be used in combat. The victim gets a saving throw. The duration is permanent until negated by Cure Blindness or Dispel Magic. Cure Disease. That just came apart. This spell can be used in camp only. It cures the diseases caused by mummies and the Cause Disease spell. Cause Disease. Sounds like a person I know. This is a combat spell with a touch range. There is a saving throw. If a character is afflicted with a disease, over time he loses HP and strength points until he's down to 10% of his normal values. This disease is cured by a Cure Disease or Dispel Magic spell. Dispel Magic. This spell can be used either in combat or camp. In combat, it affects every magic spell and item in an area. In camp, it affects every person and item you select. There is a percentage chance of success with this spell depending on the level of the caster and the level of the originator of the spell to be dispelled. If successful, the target magic is permanently eradicated. Prayer. This is a combat spell that lowers all Thakos and saving throws for friendly combatants by 1, and raises them by 1 for all unfriendly combatants. It has a 60-foot radius and lasts 1 round for each level of the character. Excuse me. Remove Curse. This can be used in camp or combat and allows the target to be rid of a curse, as from a curse or bestow curse spell. Oh, damn it. I got the hiccups again. Or put down a cursed object. The range is touch. Bestow Curse. This spell has a duration of 1 turn per level and used in combat. It has variable effects determined by the computer. Okay, now we're into the magic user stuff. First level magic user spells, Burning Hands, one I don't usually use. This touch range combat spell causes fire damage of 1 point per level of the caster. So yeah, it's pretty much useless at the beginning levels. There is no saving throw. Charm Person. This spell makes a humanoid creature the caster's a friend and ally. I have used that in other games. An e-action of the caster will be seen in the most favorable light possible. The target gets a saving throw when the spell is thrown, and again days or weeks later, depending on its intelligence. You can never be sure whether the effect is permanent. For the moment, the charmed character can become an NPC if there is room in the party roster, under the command of the caster. Detect Magic. This spell is the same as the clerical spell. Its duration is 2 rounds per level of casting. Of the caster, excuse me. Enlarge. This spell can be used in combat or camp. I just read that backwards, but okay. And lasts for 1 turn per level of the caster. The living target increases in size by 20% per level of the caster. I remember someone wanting to use this in game for a particular member of their member. It makes the humanoid target in an ogre or giant in size and strength for combat purposes. The target can only be under the effect of one enlarged spell at a time. Unwilling targets get a saving throw against this effect. Reduce. This is the opposite of enlarge and can be used to negate enlarge. Unwilling targets can get a saving throw against its effects. If the saving throw is unsuccessful, the target is reduced in size and loses effective strength and movement. Friends. This combat-only spell affects everyone in a sphere that increases with the level of the magic user. Everyone within the sphere failing a saving throw thinks the caster has 2, 3 to 8 more points of charisma. Those who make their saving throw think he has a 1 through 4 less points of charisma. The effects last a round per level of caster. Magic Missile. This is a combat spell that does 2 to 5 points of damage to the target. No saving throw. For every 2 levels, the magic user gets 1 missile. So magic users of the 3rd and 4th levels get 2 missiles, and those of 5th and 6th levels get 3. All must be fired at once. Oh, okay. Well, that's different. Protection from Evil. Like the clerical spell, all the same name, but it lasts for 2 rounds per level of casting. Protection from Good. Like the clerical spell, yeah, basically the same thing, just with good guys. Read Magic. This is only used in camp and allows the user to read any magical non-clerical writing. It lasts for 2 rounds per level of caster. Once you use the spell, it reads a scroll. You can cast the spells of the scroll. Shield. This spell is a combat spell that improves the target's armor class and saving throw, and negates the effects of the magic missile. The spell lasts for 5 rounds per level of caster. Shocking Grasp. This combat spell does 1 to 8 plus 1 point per level of caster. Electrical damage to a target the caster touches. Sleep. Oh, one of my favorite spells. A second. Sleep. This spell puts up to 16 targets to sleep for 5 rounds per level of caster. The least powerful targets are affected first. The bigger the monster, the fewer of them are affected. Monsters above a certain power are not affected at all. No saving throw. Second level magic user spells. It detects invisibility. This can be used in camp or combat and lasts for 5 rounds per level of caster. There is a range of 20 feet per level of caster. Invisibility. This makes the target touch range invisible to normal and infravision until he ends the effect or attacks someone. Knock. This spell is used to open locked doors or chests. It can be used in combat or while moving. Mirror Image. This combat spell creates 1 through 4 illusory duplicates of the magic user. If the duplicate is attacked, it disappears. The spell lasts 2 rounds per level of caster. Ray of Enfeeblement. This combat spell has a saving throw. If the target does not make the saving throw, he is weakened. He does lose damage for 1 round per level or caster. Stinking Cloud. This affects a 2 square by 2 square area. Anyone in the cloud gets a saving throw. If unsuccessful, he is helpless for 2 to 5 turns. He can move out of the cloud, but he is still helpless. If he makes a saving throw, he is helpless only as long as he is in the cloud and for 1 more round afterwards. The cloud lasts 1 round per level of caster. Strength. This spell is only used in camp. It raises the strength of the target by a variable amount depending on the class of the target. The duration is 6 turns per level of caster. She's snoring. Dispel magic. Okay. We got 3rd level magic user spells. Blink. After casting this spell, the caster can seldom be targeted because he is blinking in and out of the area. The spell lasts for 1 round per level of caster. Dispel magic is the same as the clerical spell of the same name. Fireball. This area effect spell does 1 to 6 points of fire damage per level of caster to each target in the area. A successful saving throw cuts the damage in half. Outdoors, a fireball has a 2 square radius. Indoors, in a constrained area, it has a 3 square radius. So it knows the difference between indoors and outdoors, apparently. Haste. This combat spell affects a person per level of caster. Everyone affected moves twice as far and attacks twice with melee and missile weapons, but they do not throw any additional spells per round. It lasts for 3 rounds plus 1 round per level of caster. Hold person. This is like the clerical spell, but 1 through 4 people can be affected. The duration is 2 rounds per level of caster. Invisibility, 10-foot radius. This is the invisibility, but affects everyone within 10 feet of the caster when it is cast. Everyone affected stays invisible and comes out of it normally, but if the caster ends his invisibility, it ends for everyone. Lightning bolt. This affects everyone in its path. It does a 1 to 6 damage points per level of caster. That's why it was still going when on the other game. Okay. And I should have been able... Yeah, I should have done something like that. A lightning bolt is 4 to 8 squares long and a line away from the caster. The bolt will rebound off walls to reach its full length. Protection from evil, 10-foot radius. This is just like the protection from evil, but affects everyone within 1 square of the target as long as they stay there. Protection from good is basically the same thing, just with good. Protection from normal missiles. This keeps the target touch range from being harmed by non-magical missiles for 1 turn per level of caster. Slow. This combat spell affects 1 person per level of caster. Unwilling targets get a saving throw. Targets move at half their normal distance each round, and their number of attacks per round is halved. If they only have 1 attack, then they have 1 attack per every other round. This can be used to negate haste. Its duration is 3 rounds plus 1 round per level of caster. And that is it for that portion of the manual. And here we're going to read the stat charts. Okay, so character race limits. This is their maximum ability score, or their starting ability scores when you build the characters. Okay, so with dwarf, it's 18 to 99, minimum of 8. Female is 8 to 17. Excuse me? And let's see here. Intelligence 3 to 18, 3 to 18, 3 to 17, 12 to 18, and 3 to 16. For elves, it's 3 to 18 to 75%, 3 to 16 for females, 8 to 18, 3 to 18, 7 to 19 for dexterity, 6 to 18, and 6 to 18. Oh yeah, for dwarves, constitution could be up to 19. Half elves, their strengths for a male is 3 to 18 to 90%. 3 to 17 for a female, 6 to 18 on intelligence, 3 to 18 for wisdom, 6 to 18 for dexterity, 6 to 18 for constitution, and charisma 3 to 18. Halflings, 6 to 17 on strength. That's a male. 6 to 14 on strength for a female. 6 to 18 on intelligence. 3 to 17 on wisdom. 3 to 18 on dexterity. Constitution is 10 to 19, and Charisma is 3 to 18. Human. 3 to 18 to 100% for a male, 3 to 18, 50% for a female, 3 to 18 for, what was that again? Intelligence, and, well, it's basically just 3 to 18 all the way across, so I'm not even going to bother reading all that. And finally, maximum levels for this particular game. Dwarf for a fighter stops at 9th level. Magic user unavailable. As a thief, well, pretty much thieves all around is unlimited for all races. Or species, whatever you want to call it. Damn teenagers. Okay, elf. Can't be a cleric, but can be make it up to a 7th level fighter or 11th level magic user. Gnomes can be a 6th level fighter. Half elf can be a 5th level cleric, make it up to a fighter at 8th level, and a magic user at 8th level. Halflings, 6th level fighter, and of course make the best thieves. And a human is unlimited all the way across. And of course, if we have any questions or problems, we can call their business phone number, which probably doesn't exist anymore. Or if it does exist, it's for something else now. And that is it with the manual. Took me 2 nights to read that, so okay. Don't go away. I'm going to continue the show here. I am going to create 6 characters for our new party. Now I am a little upset because I was getting pretty good at the game, but like I said, there was a lot of stuff I was missing out on, and so I decided to read the manual since I read the other one the other night, just to see what exactly I was missing out on, and it turned out I was missing out on it quite a bit. What? Don't look at me like that. I know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to face it down so you can read it. No, I'm not going away. This is just how I set up everything so you guys can see what I'm rolling. There. There we go. Hopefully you can see that all right. Looks like you can, so let's go ahead and do this. As usual, I re-roll 2s and 1s. And I keep the 3 largest numbers. Right now we're working on a human fighter. Male. Let's see here. Pen. There we go. Okay, so we got a 6, a 4, a 2, and a 1. We get to keep those 2, but we're re-rolling these 2. Okay, 5. Okay, so push that one aside. We got 6, 4, and 5, which is a 15. All right. Six, that's a 3, there we go, a 5, and this 1 right here we get to re-roll. Okay, got a 5 out of it, so 16. So I gotta make 3 fighters, a thief, cleric, and 1 magic user. Okay, it's 15 so far. Well, 14 so far. I just need to re-roll the 1. Okay, 14 it is. Five, 5, 6, and 2. Re-rolling the 2. Re-rolling the 1. Oh, got another 6 out of it. So 5, 6, 6, 17. Okay, 2 more for this one. 3, 5, okay, and 4. So there we go. It's 15 again. Five, 3, 5, 5, and 6, so 16. Okay. Actually, I might even make this one a female fighter. Put that in the lead. That would be interesting. Okay. Let's see here. So, second fighter. Ooh. 5, 3, and 2 ones. Re-rolling the 1s. Re-rolling the 2 and the 1. If I get a 1 and a 2 out of these ones, out of either one of these ones, that one gets replaced. 5, 5, and 1. This one gets replaced. I'll go for that BS. Really? Another 1? 5. Okay, so 5 and 15. Hoping for an 18 out of any of this. 5, 3, 2, and 1. So those 2 get 4, 2, 5. So 14. Not getting very good numbers with these guys. I at least want an 18 in the group. A couple would be nice. 6, 6, 5, and 4. So 17. That's a little better. Okay, that all gets re-rolled. Okay, 5. The 2s and the 2s and the 1s get re-rolled. Oh, really? Okay. 13. Six, 3, 3. 12, really? Five, 6, 4, 1. 1 gets re-rolled. 1 gets re-rolled. 5. So 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll make that the dwarf fighter. Okay, 1 more fighter. 6, 3, 1, 1. Rolls. All ones get re-rolled. Okay, I got a 1 in there, so 5, 3, 16. 5, 3, 2 1s, and the 2 1s get re-rolled. 4 and 4. So 13. 5, 5, 4, and 3. So 14 again. Well, I said 13 before, but I meant 4. Never mind. I forgot to roll this one too. Let's start that one over again. And we got a 4 out of that. 3. Really? 7. 11. Okay. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 12. Jesus Christ. I didn't see that other 4 there. 5, 4, 3. Reroll the 2, 3. So 5, 12 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. God, these spiders suck. Okay, 5, 6, 2, and 3. So 3. So 14. Yep. Now for the thief. I'm not going to make a fighter thief, just a regular thief, because multi-classing takes forever to level up. And it's not like I have enough problems just trying to level single characters up. 6, 4, 5, 2, and 6. 17. Okay. Not too bad so far. Okay. 5, 13. 3, 3, 1, 1. 5, 1, 2. Okay, so 13 again. 5, 4, and 4. So 13. Getting a lot of 13s for this guy. 3, 5, and 2. 4. So 5, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 6, 1, 2, 4. Reroll these 2. 5 and 3. So 15. Yeah, it's 14. Okay, 15. Excuse me. Okay, now on to our cleric, which, by the way, I think the cleric is going to be in the forefront. Now that I think about it. 6, 6, 4, and 2. Already looking good here. 3. So 6, 6, 12, 16. Okay. 6, 6, 5, 2, 2. Reroll the 2s. 5 and 1. And 5. 16 again. 5, 4, 12. Okay, 6, 4, 4, and 3. So 14. Okay. 6, 4, and 3. Rerolling the 1. Rerolling the 1. 4. 14. Last one for the cleric. 15. Alright, now for our magic user. 6, 5, 2, and 1. Get rerolled. 5. Reroll. 1 again. We're going to reroll. 2. Ooh. Now you're starting to piss me off. Okay, you're getting replaced. Really? Another 2. Oh my god. Okay, 4. So 16. That was getting annoying. Okay, 3, 6, 4, and 2. 2 again. 1. 5. Okay. Yeah, we're getting on my nerves there, boy. Okay, 15. 5, 4, 2, and 1. 3, 2. 5. 14. I think this is the first time I've rolled this and never gotten an 18 at all. 1 and 1. 16. Or 6, excuse me. 16, 4. Okay, so 17. 6, 1, 1, and 2. 6. Hey, we got an 18. I'm not even going to bother rolling that one. I was actually going to be completely shocked if I didn't get an 18 at all out of all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 6, 6, 1, and 3. 15, 17. Okay. Okay. Bring this back up. Okay, so now we got our numbers. Let's see, what time is it? 15 minutes from my next break. Or I might even not bother with a break. I don't know. Okay, play. Don't scare me like that. You're taking a while there. Here we go. Alright. Going to create. Let's see here. Okay, so we got 3 fighters to make. One of them is going to be a dwarf, one's going to be a female, and one's going to be a human male and a human female, and a dwarf. And then we're going to create our cleric, because I think I'm going to put the thief in the 5 spot. And then the magic user, of course, is at the back. So let's see here. Which is the strongest one on here? And I'll put them in front. I'll create them first out of the fighters. Oh, I'll make the human female the one that got the 2 lawful good. Since I can change all that, I'm just going to say yes. Name. Maeve. Head. Oh, I passed the one I wanted. Okay. There you go. She's our lead. Change the body here. Really don't give much options on the females, do they? Better than nothing, I guess. Just give her a skin tone and silver armor. Keep. Heart's head. Okay. Weapon. Sword and shield. There we go. Keep. Body. Make it flesh tone, maybe? Is there a flesh tone? Not seeing anything. Okay. Well, she does have a red cape, so we'll put that red, and we'll make the belt color the silverish. Okay, keep. Hair, of course, she's a blonde. There we go. Keep. Shield. Arms. Well, we can make that a flesh tone at least. Keep. Legs. Keep. Is it colors 2? I was having this issue of getting ones on my hit point rolls when leveling up my fighter thief character in POR, excuse me, today. I cheesed it by exiting DOS and reloading to get another chance at it. Oops. Okay, so body, so silverish color. That's close enough. Kick. Shield. Keep. Arms. Make a fleshy tone. Oh, right there. Keep. Okay, legs. See if I can get a fleshy tone there. Yeah, right off the get-go. Okay, so keep. And exit. And exit. Keep this icon. Okay, yes. Alright, create. Okay, this one will be the human male or the dwarf. Let's see. Let's go with the human male first. Human male fighter. Let's go lawful neutral with him. Okay, yes. Robert. That name just popped into my head. I don't know why. Should have named him Fred. Yeah, we'll go with him. Body. We'll just keep that one, so keep. Alright, so parts. Had a beard, right? So let's go with the beard. Oh, there we go. Okay, keep. Weapon. He's going to be my two-hander. There we go. Keep. Exit. 1. So, body. Keep. Here, he had white hair. Keep. Don't need to worry about the shield. Next. Keep. Legs. Exit. See here, 2. Body. Okay, arms. Yeah, I picked the wrong color on the previous one. I'll have to get back. But first, keep. Exit. Go back to 1 and arms. Keep. Alright, and exit. I think that's it. Exit. Alright, and is this icon okay? Yes. And don't worry, we'll get to all the numbers here in a bit. It's usually the last thing that I do. So, dwarf this time, male, fighter, lawful good. Yes. Okay, character name. Oh, sounds like she wants out. Well, okay. There you go. Okay. Jerk. Mm-hmm. Okay. Keep. Parts, head. Right off the get-go, so keep. Weapon. And axe and shield, because dwarves always carry axes. In my mind, anyway. Alright, so there we go. Keep. Okay, keep. Hair, obviously white. Because they couldn't come up with other colors for anything. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Keep. And shoot. And red. There we go. Legs. Let's go with and exit 2. And arms. Keep. And legs. We're going to make those red as well. Alright, and exit. Yes. Okay, now we're going to create our cleric, which is going to be, again, human. Let's see, let's go with male this time, and cleric, lawful good. Let's see here. Yes. Eric. Because I already have in mind who I'm going to use. That guy. Honey. Keep. Okay, so parts. Head next. Mason shield this time. Okay, keep. Exit. Colors. Obviously the shirt's going to be red. Yep, keep. Here is black. Sorry if I'm being fairly quiet right now. There's just not very much to talk about right now. I think that's it for him. Okay, yes. And now our thief. We are going to have a halfling in his place. And female, we'll go with a female halfling and thief. Lawful neutral. Yes. Delicious. Minx. That's the wrong button. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I think that's a female. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop that one, so let's create another one. Go with a male. Because there really wasn't much in the line of options of making a female halfling. Okay, so thief. Yes. Norman. That's a normal sounding name. Okay. Body. Okay, keep. Parts. Head. Other than changing his hair, I think pretty much everything else is going to stay the same, so we're just going to go with here. Keep weapon. Okay, apparently the weapon does not change any color whatsoever. Yep, okay. Exit and yes. Create. And this one will be, yeah, we'll go with the elf magic user here. Female. Magic user, awful good. Yes, next. Let's see, name-wise. Okay. Okay, someone might actually know who I'm referencing. And we'll go in black here. Parts. Okay, keep. Exit. Colors 1. Exit. Arms. That works. Okay, so exit. Exit. Yes. Alright, now. And. It's funny that both female characters have names that start with M's. I didn't realize I did that. Okay. So now we get to modify everybody. Which we did all the rolling now, so this is the part where we get to fix everything. Okay, so 17, 16, 15. Oh, I got another 16, so yeah, that's 16 as well. 15 and 14. Let's see how far we can get on the HP. 13. We stop at 13. Okay, so keep. Okay, modify. Okay, who had the better up on that one? So okay. 16, 15. Oh wait, that's 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. And keep. Dirk, our dwarf. Wow. Okay. Okay, it's already 16. 14. 14, that's, make that 14. 13, 12, and 12. Not too bad. Could have been a hell of a lot better though, but okay. Keep. Okay, now Eric, our cleric, I had on a different paper, so okay. Modify. 16. Okay, that's already 16. Oh, got 15. 14. 14 and 12. Okay, so that one was pretty much already set up for me. Good. Okay, keep. Norman. Go back over to this one because I did them out of order. Modify. Let's see. Dexterity of 17. And Constitution of 15. Strength of 15, and everything else is 13. HP of 17, got to keep an eye on him. And finally, Magenta, who got the only 18 out of the entire group. Let's see here, modify, so. Obviously, intelligence is going to be the highest. 17 and 17. Give her 16 of strength. 15 charisma. And 14 wisdom. And she gets an HP of 6. Definitely got to keep her in the safe zone. So, keep. And there we have it. We have our party. I'm not going to play tonight, but we'll definitely get this going next time. I'm going to actually stop this stream for a little bit, give myself about a 10-minute break, and then I'm going to start up a new stream. And I'm going to be playing Order of the Griffin for a little while because I have to get back to my regular stuff. So just give me a few minutes and I'll get back to that. In the meantime, let me go ahead and save this. And we're going to drop to DOS. So, okay. Thank you everyone for watching on CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night and CRPG D&D Night on Twitch. But you guys take care, and hopefully a couple of you stick around for the next stream. I'll start in a little bit. Might be about 5-10 minutes. I will. I'll check my email. So.